Hi everyone, it's Elliot here, and I want to talk about Paterson, the new film directed by Jim Jarmusch, starring Kylo Ren himself, Adam Driver, and I thought it was excellent. It exceeded all of my expectations, and hopefully after hearing my thoughts about it in this video, you guys will all rush out and see it as well, because I do believe it's one of the more special films to come out in 2016. Paterson is a film about an extremely laid-back guy called Paterson, who drives a bus around the city of Paterson while he thinks about his passion for poetry. And I will admit that doesn't sound like the most exciting premise for a film, but trust me, this film is truly wonderful. The way I would describe this film is that it's the equivalent of all of the cliches of being comfortable and cozy wrapped up into one. You know, sitting by the fire in a cozy armchair with your feet up, you've got a hot drink in one hand, reading a book in the other hand, you've probably got your dog sitting in your lap. It's all of those rolled into one, and if you let this film just wash over you, I think you'll find that it's a really enjoyable experience. The story in this film is sort of hard to describe, it's kind of nebulous, and there isn't really much of a driving force in the narrative, but that is not to the detriment of the film whatsoever. We follow Paterson over a week in his life in which we see that his days are very routine. He wakes up, he goes to work, he comes back home, he spends some time with his girlfriend, and then he takes his dog for a walk and he goes to a local bar and he just interacts with the same people over and over again. There's the bartender, and then there's this girl who's having trouble with this guy who is madly in love with her, and it's just the same thing over and over again, but we see how all of these things influence his poetry and his passion for what he's writing. I've seen some negative reviews about this film saying that there isn't any story, it's a film about nothing, but I would disagree with that wholeheartedly. The film is actually very much like a poem in and of itself, in which you can take it for surface level and totally enjoy it, but then you can also delve into it as deep as you want and still get more and more out of it the deeper you go. At the start I very much took it for face value, but the more it went on, the more I was able to delve deeper into the routine life of this man and seeing how these things affect his poetry. There's a lot of symbolism, a lot of metaphors, the kind of things that you can read into as much as you want, and I do believe that this is a film where the more you watch it, the more rewards you will reap, and I can't wait to revisit this film. Adam Driver is incredible in this film. He has a very calm exterior, and he's very believable as an ordinary guy who, deep down, has a lot to tell the world through his poetry. There are sequences where Paterson is formulating these poems in his mind, and we actually see the poems written out in this very sketchy handwriting on the screen, narrated by Adam Driver himself, and his voice is just so soothing. I really think that Jim Jarmusch found the perfect person to play this role. I don't want to say that Paterson is a flawless film, but I honestly could not think of any ways in which I'd have changed it as I was watching it, and now as I'm thinking about it, I can't think of any ways I'd change it as well. And maybe that just says that it speaks to a certain part of me. It feels like it was a film made for me, and maybe that just sounds a bit pretentious and a bit wishy-washy, but it really did speak to the creative part of me, and I loved it for that. Paterson may not be a film that will blow you away, but for me, it was perfect, and for that, I'm going to give it 5 stars. I really do think this is a film that's worth your time at least, so please do go and give it a chance. If you've seen Paterson, please let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, because I want to know, was this film just a lightning in a bottle experience for me, or do a lot of people feel the same? As always, thank you so much for watching this video of mine. I hope you've enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with my videos as soon as they get uploaded. With that, I'll bid you farewell, and I'll see you in the next video very soon.